Well, hey there, I'm Dewayne.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dave.
And this is the Beer-Bourbon-Breakfast podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah, well, welcome back.
Thanks for being back.
Thanks for taking the time to download and listen and
All three of you.
watch us on YouTube.
Or maybe not download. Maybe you're streaming.
Maybe.
You don't have to download it.
You don't have to. You do, you, my friend.
This crazy technological world.
Maybe you want to save data. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe you run out of minutes on your Cricket.
Is that
Oh, cricket.
is cricket still a thing?
I don't know. Is
I'm
it?
not sure if that's still a thing or not.
Maybe your
Is singular still a thing?
dial-up modem is lagging a little today.
I mean, you know, I need to upgrade to that 56K.
Is
All right, let's get on
AOL still
that.
a thing?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
It really is?
So we had a mail list for the other bar, and we got a ton of at AOL.com
Really?
emails.
Yeah. I think it's part of like your AARP membership
Oh, okay.
that you get a free AOL account.
Yeah, it would be pretty
maybe.
wild. Like, what? So I'm gonna sign you up for this email list. What's your email account? I'm real old at AOL.com.
Can you still get that AOL front end where you do everything inside of AOL?
Oh, I bet you somebody, even if not, somebody, sort of a emulator type thing.
Oh God.
Could be, yeah.
Just, so
You've got mail.
people do, and it's just, it's just all fake.
Love
Look
that.
I saw on AOL today that the market's crashing.
It's like that Tim and Eric skit where they sell you the CD of the internet. Remember that?
Yes. Spaghetti.
It's the most secure internet because you're not actually on the internet.
That was a good one.
Or Office when Creed wanted to do a blog, and Ryan just opened up a Word document and said, "Here, type this in
yeah.
here," and it was like, "I've read some of them. It's not. You can't post this on the internet." So anyway,
So what's on the agenda for today?
well, today we're gonna, actually throwing a little loop in here. We're doing breakfast and beer at the same time, basically.
At the same
With two different beers.
With two
to
different
pair
beers.
with a fruity Pop-Tart and a chocolatey Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
How come every time I want to say, or I'm about to say Pop-Tart, I feel like I go, Pop-Tart!
Because that's how you're supposed to say it.
Pop-Tarts, y'all. Pop-Tarts.
I mean, you know, it's one of those things.
So, yeah, and then we got a nice bourbon that Andrew brought in.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Which Pop-Tart are we pairing with the bourbon?
all of them. We're gonna so eat half of your corner, and then take the other 4 corners, the other 4/8,
Yeah.
and smash them together.
Don't nibble too much.
And then put it in a glass, and then pour bourbon on top of it. So
Bourbon aged on Pop-Tarts.
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 Pop-Tart barrels. So I just go ahead and come out with one thing, a little bit of business,
Business.
and some, shameless promotion. As you may or may not know, this is shot on location at 115 Craft, mine and my wife's craft beer, wine, and now
What?
whiskey bar.
What?
Nice.
Whiskey/liquor. Liquor.
Lecker.
Yeah, we got our license from North Carolina ABC. Still a few little things we got to work out, hopefully in the next week or so. But definitely by the time you are listening to this, we should be full bore running with a healthy selection of bourbon and whiskeys. And then some other mainstays to create very simple, nothing crazy cocktails.
No Long Island iced teas?
No.
I'm out.
Basically 2-ingredient type deal.
Okay.
Pre-batch type stuff. We really are going to focus hard on a, I haven't come up with an official name yet, but a 115 Craft Old Fashioned.
Okay. Put your own little spin on an old fashioned.
We're all bourbon guys to, some higher degrees than the other, but we we all, as bourbon people, we really like, if you're going to get a cocktail, typically it's an old fashioned.
Yeah.
It's the most bourbon-y of all the bourbon cocktails.
It's a staple. It's a go-to.
So
It
yeah,
is.
maybe
And-
we'll once we figure that out, we'll do that on one of the episodes.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do an old fashioned.
I like it.
But yeah, make sure you come check us out, and
Support. Pull it up.
still gonna have what I feel like is one of, if not the best selections of craft beer in the area, on tap and to go, and also well curated. Not the largest, but I think well curated wine selection.
It's a good one.
So,
Got that
yeah.
juice.
Yeah, we're going to focus, even like we do with the beer, we're going to try to focus on North Carolina products. Bourbon's a little more difficult, but with like the gin and the vodka, stuff like that, we have representation of that in the state. But even our bitters, we found a bitters producer in Charlotte.
That's
so,
cool.
yeah, yep.
Nice.
We'll have a few different bitters and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're excited. It's big news. It's cool because now I get to buy a few new toys and some new bottles. So, yeah, we're excited about that.
It's always a good excuse to be like, well, I gotta buy bourbon because I gotta support the business.
Yeah,
100%.
Anything new in your guys' world?
No. Other than it's 1,000,000 degrees outside.
It's pretty warm.
Oof, my God.
Summer has officially hit North Carolina, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least you got a pool, man.
I mean,
Both of y'all.
but I'm just saying, it's
We were at the pool yesterday, actually.
you gotta walk to the pool, and it's.
Shit, the hell
You
you
know.
do.
You can't drive to your pool?
I mean,
You got remote start on that thing too, right? Start that,
that is the greatest thing ever. Take away cruise control, remote start,
yeah.
especially in the summertime.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to park my truck in the garage, so definitely. I'm joking. I could if I wanted to, but I just don't. Yes, remote start, man. I tell you,
It's
such a
amazing.
game changer.
I don't have remote start.
Oh yeah, well, that's because he has a Prius.
What?
I don't even know how that
Can you
would work.
Yeah, I was wondering, can you get remote start on a Prius?
I bet there's a thing like you can do remote AC because it just runs on the battery. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I have to look into that.
The newfangled ones probably have something like that.
Like Tesla has the thing where it's like the dog. If you leave your dog in the car, it like displays a message on the screen. It's like comfortably sitting at 72 degrees listening to Creed. Like
Save that dog right now.
If you're buying a Tesla, that's probably the road you're going down.
I mean, you got to accept it with arms wide open.
Wow. All right.
I mean,
I think we end the podcast on that one. It can't get any better.
Would some call Tesla my own prison?
Oh, God almighty. Dave, our producer, Dave, this is a note to edit these statements in the back of the episode. And this is a note to people that when you hear the name Creed, just turn it off.
Well, let's start pouring, Cheryl.
Yeah, let's
shall
do
we?
it.
Shall we?
Shall we?
pull it up.
All right, man. Y'all do the beer.
All right, we can start with the stout. All right, so the stout we have today, I just give a
Pop it
little
on mic.
intro.
Pop it on mic.
We can talk about it.
Ooh,
Okay,
that was
all
a good
right.
one. That was a good one.
So,
like that.
we can talk about this a little bit more later, but this is from Incendiary, which is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. They make good stuff. They make really good stouts. And this one is chocolate malt ball stout.
Oh, I've had that one.
Chocolate malt ball?
Chocolate malt ball. Not to be confused with moth ball.
That's what I heard at first. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Moth.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What? Ooh.
Or you
Well-
could say it's a Whopper stout.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mothball, though, I mean, it wouldn't go bad.
Ooh.
Well, no, I guess it could go bad. It wouldn't be attacked by moths.
That's good. I like my beer moth free.
Are we you just pouring each other's own?
Yeah, I might as well.
Yeah. Pass me that sour, please.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, and the sour. So we just came back from Florida, actually, and the sour is from Magnanimous, which is in Tampa.
One of my
And
favorite
now
Tampa breweries.
that
We're
over
definitely
to
have to
you.
discuss that Florida trip. That was very.
Yes.
It was kind of, at least a few days, they were very beer centric.
Yes. Yeah. You can't go to the Tampa area without going to some breweries.
Without going ham.
That is, unless you don't drink, and then not much of a
Then
reason
don't
to do that.
Go there.
Yeah. Well, don't go to Tampa.
I mean, it has a lot of nice other things about it are
Sure,
nice, but
sure.
it's not wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, when you guys we talked about renting a beach house, with you and your wife and some other friends. Like, I was like, I don't know, why are we driving to Florida? And then when it was mentioned that Tampa would be a good option, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll drive to Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, it's become, between that and the Key West, it's become like my favorite area in Florida, and I don't like Florida that much. So, no offense to our Florida listeners.
All right.
That's pretty good.
All right. So
Just
Alrighty.
joshing. Just joshing.
now, obviously, since we did just come back from Florida and we have a Florida sour, it would have been cool to be able to do a Florida stout too, but we couldn't find any.
I mean, it's hot down there.
But even so, Angry Chair, right? If anybody's familiar with Tampa area breweries, Angry Chair is like the pinnacle of stouts in Tampa, and they didn't have any. They tend to run out of them right after they release them. So they did have them on draft, which we got to try some that way, but nothing we could bring.
Well, even Arcane, they had
Yeah.
two really,
Yes.
really good barrel-aged stouts,
Yes.
just on draft. And the closest thing they had, and I bought a bottle of it, was barley wine. But we drank that the other day.
Yeah.
So,
You didn't pour it in a cup, bring some back.
yeah, that would have been delicious. I didn't even think to ask them if they did crowlers of it, but I don't think they did.
No, they
they
didn't.
wouldn't do crowlers of that sour.
Yeah, they did not do crowlers of the stouts.
Yeah. So
Bummer.
yeah, I mean, hey, it is really hot, and I don't really subscribe to that whole stout weather thing.
I don't
drink a
either.
stout. I mean, I'm not gonna drink a
If I
stout on
want
the
a stout,
beach,
I'm gonna
but
drink one. Yeah,
yeah.
right. I wouldn't be standing out in 100-degree weather sipping on a stout,
yeah,
but
there's not a whole lot of craft beer I'm gonna be sitting on the beach drinking.
That's
anyway.
true.
I mean,
craft beer was a bad choice.
It's like you just mowed the lawn. You're like, God, I just want a stout.
Yeah.
Or I could really use a hazy IPA right after.
yeah. But when I say craft, that's what I mean. But I mean, if I'll drink a craft lager,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
All day long.
pilsners and lagers have had a resurgence. Those are fine.
Maybe one hazy, but you gotta switch to a
a
little
session
something a little
hazy. Anyway, let's talk about what
All
we
right.
have.
So
go on a-
what are we going to start off with? Are we starting off with the
I
sour?
think we
or
do the
starting-
sour first. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
bit. Yep.
So, you want to intertwine the breakfast into this, since we're trying to? It's a little bit of a pairing situation.
Hold on. Are these Pop-tarts from Florida?
Would it matter if they were?
I did not check the production location.
Are they different in Florida than?
Well, they could be. They could be.
All right. So we have a vertical of Pop-Tart flavors.
Oh man, we should have put the boxes out here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab them. Yep.
Yep.
Discuss amongst yourselves. Subject.
All right.
Pop-Tarts.
So we have three
You got them, Dave.
what you would refer to as the normal rotation
Yes,
of
thank you.
Pop-Tart flavors. We have chocolate fudge, we have s'mores, and then somebody said we should do unfrosted strawberry, which is probably
Psychopath.
the worst one, but we'll get to that. And then we have like a crazy flavor, which is a confetti cupcake.
All right.
My thought process, I picked out the Pop-Tarts. I mean, I was made to do the unfrosted. Producer Dave said I had to.
Man.
So my
need to-
thought
we-
process was the unfrosted. Thank you, sir.
We need to get this man some pours too.
Yeah.
Pass up your glasses.
He's behind the times here.
Hold up.
Anyway, my thought process was the unfrosted. We could at least make that a little bit better by drinking a good beer with it, and that beer would be a sour.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
Also with the confetti, maybe a little off on that, but
I love how it says on the back of the box, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the toaster. Man.
That's a weird.
That is very
saying.
odd. Yes. But come on now. Pop-Tarts are weird. Like,
Yeah.
in
Pop-Tarts,
what,
fire that marketing guy.
in what crazy world? This is a dessert item. If somebody hadn't marketed this as a pastry or, a breakfast item, you would be like, oh, this is something I'll eat after, dinner or whatever. But for some reason, we've decided it's a breakfast item.
I mean,
Well,
Well,
or Kellogg's decided it was.
What about the muffin? I mean,
It's
muffin's really just
Cupcake
a
without
cupcake
icing.
with no icing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So, on the topic of Pop-Tarts, has anybody seen that movie?
No. No.
I haven't seen it either. I heard it wasn't very
wait,
good.
what maybe?
You
I
know
don't
what?
watch.
Are you not aware
here
there's
we
a
go.
Pop-Tart
Here
movie?
we go. He and guess who
You're-
made it? Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, okay.
All right, here
So
comes the
you're
hate.
doing this on purpose.
Yeah, 100%. He knows there's a. He watches so much damn TikTok. He knows that there's a Pop-Tart movie.
Okay, all right. We'll discuss that.
All right, let's start
Is-
sipping.
Yeah.
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 All right, so we're
What-
starting
what-
with the sour.
Yeah,
Right.
Sir.
I'm gonna start with.
Oh, you're going to start eating.
I'm going into. I'm.
Okay.
Man. Dry.
For those of you listening to this and not watching it, he was making a not a choking sound, but a throwing up sound.
Yeah, I was joking. A dry heave.
A dry heave, yeah.
Okay.
Strawberry goes really well.
The unfrosted is.
I mean, it's
pretty bad.
it's
but
dry.
It is.
I mean, it's
You drink the
It's
sour.
so dry.
You drink the sour beer with it, and it helps. It definitely is a good mixture. This is a good beer.
That does work.
Yeah.
That does work.
that's weird.
But I would never purposefully buy this or eat it outside of this podcast.
Yeah, I would. The only way I'm eating a dry ass Pop-Tart is with this delicious beer.
It's really dry. Like,
I mean, it's like
it's very hard to eat.
It's like my front yard. It's so damn hot. The ground is separating from my sidewalk. It looks like I edged it, with like an edger, but no, it's just the dirt is like, whoop.
I mean, that's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Don't like
anyway, yeah.
But you got the chills from eating that.
I'm moving on to the
Yeah.
confetti.
I like hearing the chews.
A little better. We know there's that, and we've discussed this before, so I apologize. But some people have that disorder where they can't hear or see people eat.
What's that called? I don't believe you.
Yeah. Well, our producers tied up, so we'll call it flesaflifloma.
A lot of people suffer from that.
That sounds like a form of cancer.
Oh shit! Oh, sorry.
Man.
Wah wah wah.
You can't end it with oma.
True.
Yeah, because that.
Philia.
There you go. Misophonia, not to be confused with mesothelioma, which is a form of cancer.
Man.
Weird.
Downer. Debbie Downer.
Gotta bring it down there, Dave.
What's this? Debbie Downer.
So, confetti actually works really well with
Yeah.
this as well. I get a lot of yellow cake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop that cake.
Don't drop it.
So you want to talk about the beer a little bit itself while we're in that realm?
Sure, we can do that. Can you hand me the can, please? Thank you. So again, this is from Magnanimous in Tampa, which is a really good brewery. Some of their stuff you can get around here. I've never seen this around here, but
We have Juice Lord from them in the
yes,
cooler right now.
Yes, Juice Lord is also a very good hazy IPA from Magnanimous. It is a IPA, isn't it?
Yeah, hazy.
Yeah. So this is a fruited sour ale with guava, mango, and passion fruit.
Delicious.
Ew.
Yes.
It's delicious, and I'll be honest with you, based on that label and what I've seen from them in the past, it is not what I expected.
No, it's not. It's a lot of times when you get sours, especially from the hyped up breweries, they tend to be like smoothie sours, right? But this is not. This is more of a very traditional kind of sour. You can see from the look of it.
Yeah.
It's not thick.
Yeah.
3 C's.
It's just a really good sour.
I'll be honest with you, I was not looking forward to this beer because I thought
You thought it was going to be a smoothie sour.
I thought it was just gonna be a lactose bomb, and I really don't like those.
Yeah, and a lot of people are turned off by those, especially now, because there's been so many of them, and somebody's buzzing, and they really do. They're so thick, and even me, when I have one, I have to split it with somebody. More like 4 people, because I can't drink a whole one. I cannot drink half of one. Just a little bit is enough.
Just a little taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. We can talk about summer beers. I would drink that on the beach.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost
Crushable.
cocktail-y.
That's actually a good way of describing it. Very
Yeah, it does taste like a tropical type of cocktail, like a Mai Tai or something like that.
Yeah.
I could drink that on the beach.
Cool brewery. Like good.
Yes.
Cool spot.
Yeah.
Cool artwork.
So when we went in there, they had 2 TVs up behind the bar. One was showing 90s, early 90s, maybe 80s wrestling, and the other one was showing Bob Ross.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. You can definitely tell that those guys have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of that, their stickers, we should have brought some of their stickers.
Yes, we should.
Because they are so cool.
And they do sticker packs. They don't.
Yeah.
You don't buy just an individual sticker.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Well, they must have a sticker design guy.
Yeah, because we've been there before, and the ones that I got before are totally different than the ones that they have now. I have one that looks like WrestleMania, but it says Magnanimous, and there's an N64 logo, but it's an M.
Nice.
I think the one he got the sticker pack this past time, and there was like a one that looked like the Blockbuster video card.
Yeah.
There was a Seinfeld
Yeah. There was one that was
logo.
the old paper cups, from the
Yes,
80s
that
had the blue
and purple,
Yeah, it looked like
squiggly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, they're all their merch is pretty cool with that sticker stuff. That's a really good idea. It's again, it's in Tampa. It's right. There's probably a dozen pretty good breweries, right, all in the same area. I don't really know if that area has a name, but we just call it Tampa.
I'm sure it does. I think they have little boroughs just like Charlotte around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know any of the names.
One thing that I would love to see, and maybe this is out there, and we just haven't seen it yet. Anybody remember those shirts from like the early '90s that if you touched them, they would change colors with the heat?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want a brewery T-shirt with that.
Huh. Yeah. No, I think that would work. I wonder if that might be a product that like costs some sort of.
They need to get in touch with that. No, there is.
Bring it down again, man.
What is there's a store. It's a chain.
Is it that
It's
Del
in-
Sol?
Yeah, Del Sol. I think
see 'em at the
is,
beach.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They make everything they make is color changing. Some brewery needs to get in touch with that chain and be like,
Link up.
design me a shirt.
Collab.
I cannot believe a place like Magnanimous or any of the other hipster breweries out there haven't done. You remember the Oakley,
Yes.
pullovers and jackets that were I don't know what you would call that.
What, that material?
Yeah, shiny, and
yeah.
it changed colors and lights and stuff
Yeah.
like. And it was just, and you would say like, magnanimous, but it would be in the Oakley font. Man, all right. I think I need to get on that deal.
You
Might
need to
need
get some royalties or something.
I can remember going to the fair, and certain fair games, ball toss and dart game, whatever. If you did it enough, you could win a fake version of those jackets or fake Oakley glasses, and just spending so much money to try to get not even the real thing, the fake stuff.
Spent $150 when you could just go. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I played a game at the fair. I think if I remember correctly, it was the one where you throw darts at the balloons. You get like 3 balloons, and then you can pick a prize. The prize that I picked was a glass art work of an Iron Maiden album cover, and it was so awesome.
Damn, you don't still have that?
It broke. I broke it.
Oh man, that's an heirloom you pass down to like
You need to go get that fixed.
generations of Tysingers.
Man, that is where does, besides the fair, where does one go to acquire
I don't know where you would buy something.
said heirloom?
IronMaiden.com. I don't know.
Maybe.
I would also like to see breweries come out with like a starter jacket kind of knockoff.
That would
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
That would crush it.
Who didn't have a starter jacket back in the day?
I had the Orlando Magic one.
I had the Hornets.
I had a San Francisco 49ers gold. I mean gold, all gold. For a light jacket, and then I had a Redskins big, humongous. They were already big anyway, but then my mom's like, "Well, you're still growing. This is your last jacket you're ever going to own in the history of the world."
Yep.
Because I'd still be rocking it if I had it. But it was so big. You wear it like 3 days out of the whole year.
Yeah.
Because they were warm. I remember.
It's not like we live in Alaska here. I mean,
I had a Tar Heels one that was like that. It was real big.
Man. Yeah, they were super expensive. So my parent, like mine was oversized as well, because they're like, no, you're going to get a couple seasons out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I had one more thing, and we need to move on to
Yeah.
the next Pop-Tart beer pairing. What is up with craft beer guys and stickers?
What do you mean, like influencers?
Why do we do that? Why do we think we need stickers?
Oh, because they're cool.
I think it's because it's a cheap way to
Marketing.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Because like we have here, I have a plexiglass board in the back room where a bunch of stickers from places that I've been, and people that come in here and put them on the board. But then also in Southport, they're still there. I wish I'd have taken them. I had 2 of those covered in stickers.
Oh, that was the OG one, right?
Well, originally I had them on a cooler or a kegerator, and the kegerator gave out, so I lost all this. And they're stickers, damn it! But
Yeah.
still, it hurt my feelings.
It was like,
I don't know. I was
A lot of breweries are doing that now too, where they'll have like a wall where you can just throw stickers up on it.
Well, even us, we try to remember. We didn't do it in Tampa, unfortunately. We try to remember to bring a pack of our stickers. We sell stickers here,
Yeah.
and we always try to put them up
Sure.
places we go. And I mean, we've got stickers especially for Southport in
all over
Germany and Austria and Portugal and
Yeah, that's cool.
Iceland.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If you see any of those stickers in any of those countries,
It's small, it's cheap, and it's easy to say, I got this sticker at that bar. And
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, just breaking down the psyche.
All right. Well, let's move on.
I'm going straight for the fudge.
Man, I gotta save the fudge for last because that's my favorite.
The thing is,
Actually,
these were toasted and
About an hour ago.
yeah, they might as well not be toasted anymore.
Thanks for ruining the illusion.
Ooh, it's so hot. It's burned my mouth.
Here's the thing about a s'mores Pop-Tart. For me, my personal opinion, they're almost inedible unless they're right out of the toaster.
I don't know. That's pretty good.
I don't think the flavors meld very well when they're cold.
There again, drink it with a beer. It fixes everything.
Ain't mad at it. Ain't mad at it.
That's a damn good. That is a very good pairing because I think with the malt flavor, the chocolate malt. I don't know, all beer has malt flavor, but milk powder, the lactose, cocoa nibs. Yeah, that is a excellent pairing.
I'll be honest with you. I don't love s'mores. I do like the s'mores Pop-tarts though, because it's just like the perfect amount of s'moredom. Is that? It is now. That's what
I thought we had gotten rid of communists in this country.
I will say the thing I do like about the s'mores Pop-Tart is the graham cracker crust.
Yeah.
That's good.
They could have very easily have just used regular, the same crust they use for all the other non-chocolate Pop-Tarts. But no, they
But they
took it a
didn't.
step further.
because they care.
Yeah, because they care.
What do we think about the beer?
Delicious.
Going back for seconds.
Yeah, it's good, right?
It's really good. What,
so-
you remember the date? Oh, it has it on
It's a
there.
2022.
Holy moly, so that beer is 12, so year and a half old.
Yeah. Yep.
It was held up very nicely. Mm-hmm. Lost a little bit of its carbonation, but I really don't care about that.
Yeah, I mean, with a stout, I don't like a stout to be too carbonated. But yeah, they're out of Winston-Salem, which we all know that here. But they also opened up a new spot in Louisville, which I think used to be a winery.
And Raleigh.
Oh yeah, that's right. They have
Just tap room.
Yeah.
The Louisville location is a production. That's a brewery. I mean, they're making most of the beer there now.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's a lot bigger.
Oh, it's a cool spot. I mean, it definitely feels like a winery.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you ever been out there?
I haven't been there.
We went when it was a winery years ago, and then I've been back since just to pick up beer from them. And they've done a pretty good job. I mean, it's pretty much the same, but, slight tweaks here and there. And the beer that they produce is way better than the wine that was produced there.
Yeah.
But it's huge space. They still have all the vines. Great place, I would imagine. It looks to me like see a show, see a concert.
Ooh.
Incendiary, that's their big thing. Even downtown Winston, they do like really big shows there for a brewery.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
free typically.
And they can do that because the spot that they're in Winston was a train depot, and there's a big like coal pit
Yep.
that you can set up a stage in and all that, and it's a lot of space out there.
Yeah, if you've never been to Incendiary, you need to check it out. It is a cool. I mean, their beer is amazing. They are great guys. They make a great product, but the space itself is pretty damn cool.
Well, their outdoor area is massive too.
It is.
Yeah, great pizza place next.
Oh
door,
yeah, I
too.
was gonna say the pizza spot right next door is awesome.
Get you a slice.
Yeah, so I can't. Honestly, Incendiary is one of my favorite North Carolina breweries. I mean, it definitely.
Yeah, I
probably
agree.
Like top 5.
Yeah.
I agree.
They're kind of underrated, but and we do like I have a tangerine wheat from them right now. I need to make a run and go get some stuff from them.
Well, the thing I really like about their beers too is they do. I mean, they make amazing stouts. They make amazing hazies. I mean, it's just like every style of beer, they just don't miss.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I can't say I've ever had a bad beer from them.
Yeah. I will say,
They're German pills. Oh, love it.
Yeah.
this is going to be maybe a little controversial. I prefer the s'mores with this pairing over the
chocolate fudge.
over the fudge.
Just say this: chocolate Pop-Tarts are the only Pop-Tarts. I'm just trying. I did all this just to be fair, but they should just make chocolate Pop-Tarts and just everything else just screw off.
Chocolate fudge is my favorite.
Having said that, I agree with Andrew.
Oh.
The chocolate, it's too awesome.
Yeah.
It overwhelms the. But I mean, it's too bold. It's too rich. That's why it pairs well with a glass of milk. Well, sorry.
I would just eat the Pop-Tart.
Sorry. Whole organic almond milk from a goat.
Do you have any freshly squeezed walnut milk?
Did you say almond milk from a goat?
That's how they do it in Oak Ridge. The goat eats the almonds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it's done. I was going to say, how do you get almond milk from a
Yeah,
goat?
yeah. It's just a field of almonds. They don't let to eat grass or anything.
Oh, so they're only allowed to eat almonds.
It's like that little whatever that creature is in. I think it's Vietnam that eats the coffee berries.
Oh yeah, and
then
then poops them out.
Yeah, and then
matru or something like that.
and then people are like, yeah, this coffee's great.
So yeah, I do agree with that. But man, if I had a glass of milk right now, woo, I'd eat about 5 of these,
A little milk stout.
and I would be just jacked up the rest of the day.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew shit. Come at you like a spider monkey. That was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for
All right.
bringing those beers in. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys. And Pop-Tarts.
not that when anyone cares, but slight history on the Pop-Tart. Kellogg developed it. I think it said 64 is when it came out, but it was basically just a Post had already was developing something beforehand that was pretty much very similar. And this is basically Kellogg saying, F you Post. We're going to beat you to it.
Pastry
Yeah.
wars.
And Unfrosted is OG. They would come out Unfrosted.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Awful.
So they changed it up to Frosted. It's owned by apparently Kellogg's is not really a brand anymore, or it's just
It's not?
It's called
It's owned by Monsanto or
everything is Kellanova. So
I've never heard that.
I don't know, maybe.
It's like a conglomerate, is it?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, that
like,
makes
even
sense.
say on here, I don't see anything. It says Kellogg. I see the K, but Kellanova is spelled with a K as well.
That's
well,
weird.
It does say distributed by Kellogg. Okay.
So it's
Out
just
of
the
Tampa, Florida? No, I'm kidding. No,
What?
Minnesota. No, Michigan. So yeah, that's kind of a weird story. There is a Pop-Tart movie out there. None of have seen it,
I heard it wasn't very
and I
good.
probably won't see it.
Yeah.
I'm not. I love Seinfeld. I think it's the best show that's ever been put on TV. I watch it every night. Shut your face. We have a bathroom in here that's just dedicated to Seinfeld. Shut your face. But he has become a curmudgeon old man,
Yeah.
and I just don't feel like he's
It's kind
just.
of sad.
And I love Cars and Coffee, but even then, there's a few of those episodes where I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
So anyway, you go watch the Pop-Tart movie or don't. I don't give a shit.
So I love how it has for the microwave or for freezer.
I've heard of freezing a Pop-Tart, never done it.
Nah. Not gonna do
Enjoy
it.
that frosty goodness is what it says.
It's wild to me, y'all. I don't know if you agree with this or not, but we kind of talked about it, so I think you do. Raw dog. You don't raw dog a Pop-Tart.
Paul's.
It depends on the Pop-Tart. I think it depends on
It
the
does,
Pop-Tart.
but not chocolate.
Yeah, no. You
It's
got to put
weird.
chocolate
it
in the
tastes
toaster.
odd if you just eat it raw dog.
Yeah. You can't raw dog a chocolate Pop-Tart.
You can't. It's-
Totally off the subject, but just because I said it, apparently there's a new trend
Oh God, I'm scared to.
when you're flying on an airplane.
I heard about that. Raw dogging, not using any sort of technology,
that you
just
just
sitting
look,
there.
Don't look at a screen. Don't
Yeah.
don't even use the screen if it's
Yeah.
on the back of the seat. You just stare at the back of the seat with nothing on the whole flight.
Why would you do that?
So my
I don't
point is,
understand
well,
that.
A, why would you do that? And B, why? That just should be called like airplane meditation or something.
Yeah.
Raw dog.
Yeah.
It's like some Barstool Sports bro was like, yeah, brother, I raw dogged that flight, man. Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. Like, look at this guy. Ew. Producer Dave is over here snacking on a unfrosted Pop-Tart.
I can hear your mouth getting drier over here.
He just went, whoa.
He is raw dogging a raw dog Pop-Tart.
He just took a big mouthful of sand.
Well, the funny thing is, we're sitting here acting like this is like soft frosting. It's hard as a brick.
I mean,
Yeah, but it makes a
It
difference.
does.
It does.
really
makes
does.
a difference.
It really does. You need that third level of flavor.
Yeah.
it really lubricates the Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
I said it. I said it.
Producer
Melts
Dave,
in your
edit-
mouth a little bit.
Edit something in place of lubricate.
Yeah. Yep.
Moistens.
Moistens.
That's not any better.
Not better.
It saturates the
Not better.
Pop-Tart.
Saturates. Okay, I like
That's
that.
I got. All right, should
Let's
we
move on, shall we?
Yeah, this is getting too.
We've
too deep.
we've
Here, give me that beer. I'll move the.
we've babbled
over here.
enough.
Thank you.
Everybody take a sip of your liquid death.
We'll finish these later.
Yep, that we're not sponsored by.
Oh, the other thing too, like the art on Incendiary stuff is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
It's like similar to Burial.
they
I
have
guess.
some great merch.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Yeah, they do.
I think it's better than Burial. Hey, I love Burial.
But I
think
mean,
the
it's going
artwork's
for that
cool.
same kind
Yeah,
of
evilness.
Yeah, evilness.
Goth.
Goth is kind of
From the hills of
No, they don't do the name thing.
yeah.
I mean,
all right.
a little bit, but that beer's called Our Darkest Days. That's not bad. It's
Well-
not Our Darkest Days from the depth of hell and the introduction of syphilis. I mean,
yeah.
Syphilis.
You ever see the Burial name generator? I think they probably just use that now.
yeah.
It's just throwing a dart at a wall at 3 different phrases and then putting them together.
Yeah, it's like a paragraph.
Have you ever read
Yeah.
the descriptions on some of their beers in Untappd?
Yeah.
It's like this super long description of evil and warlocks, and then it goes hazy IPA.
Yeah. Hey, don't get me wrong. Their beers are
Oh, God,
fantastic.
they can
Yeah.
get away with
One
it.
of the best in North Carolina.
They can get away with it, and it's funny, and like we're picking on them, but I love their beer. I still
Love
love
it.
their beer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and they're
So
great,
good.
great people.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah. All right. We got to get the pop.
Yeah, let's hear it.
do it.
There you go. That was a good pop.
That was
A little bit of a build up, but that was a good pop.
We got a good can opening and a good bourbon bottle pop.
good things come to those who wait.
Thank you.
You know, you got a glaze. This
That's my glaze.
glaze.
Glass.
That's my glaze. Get Dave, get your glaze. Good job, Dave. On the glaze.
Little pulling up. So this is a weird deal. I love this bourbon, or well, it's actually a whiskey. I love this stuff, but it's weird. Not a whole lot's known about it,
All bourbons are whiskey.
but not all
Whiskeys
whiskeys
are
are
bourbons.
bourbons.
That's true.
You know, that's one of those things.
There's a couple of things that I think we should say in every
All right, I gotta bring it,
episode.
Get the tablet going.
I gotta bring up my notes.
All bourbons are whiskey, but not all whiskeys are bourbons. And we should say there's only 2 types of beers. There's ales and there's lagers.
Hell yeah.
So anyway,
Sorry.
continue.
Yep. let's go with that. So this is Michter's out of Louisville, Kentucky. This is their sour mash, small batch. So the age, can't find anything on the age.
All right.
Mashville, don't know about it. They don't release any information about it. So from the interwebs, we think that another distillery produces this for them, right? So
Okay.
kind of interesting there. So Michter's first started in 1753 in Pennsylvania. It went by a couple different names, you know, kind of in that era. So Bombergers and Penco. Yep.
So that would have been the original colonies, 1753, like
Yeah.
early
I mean,
before we were a country.
in those times, I'd want to be drunk all the time too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get it.
I think back then you couldn't really drink the water, right?
Yeah. Well, no. It's kind of
Maybe. You know,
on
it
you.
depends on where the water came from.
yeah.
I watched enough Yellowstone to know you don't drink the water.
No, don't. But so Michter's was what actually one of the top selling whiskeys in the 60s and or I'm sorry 70s and 80s. It actually went out of business, went bankrupt in '89, and then was
Resurrected.
resurrected.
Risen from the ashes
And-
like a phoenix.
1989.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And it came back in the early '90s. It literally was like 6 months later after they went bankrupt.
Nice.
They got a bunch of money coming in.
Okay. They had investors or somebody brought them back to life.
Somebody. So And I want to get this right because this is kind of a weird thing. So the term sour mash on the actual label refers to the process in which some of the fermented mash is held over from one batch of whiskey to jumpstart the next batch, which is good. So that whole process is a kind of a cost-saving measure, and plus it kind of helps with consistency.
Can I assume the saying sour? And I just know this from brewing beer. I mean, generally, the mash, if it's more than even half a day old, it starts to sour.
Yep.
Or at least the smell of sour.
Mm-hmm.
So,
so that whole process is also kind of thought to make the whiskey a little bit sweeter, right?
It is sweet. It's a sweet whiskey.
It's
pretty sweet.
It's very sweet.
it's like a Scirocco.
It has a cinnamon kind of smell to it.
A little bit. Yeah, it does. So it's labeled.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Even though that Michter's is really known to be a bourbon distillery, this is actually labeled as a whiskey instead of a bourbon because accordingly to the company, the mash bill has a fair amount of rye grain in addition to a fair amount of corn and some barley malt. So that probably means that because to be a bourbon, it has to be have a 51% of corn. So that percentage is got to be off right there, right? So, yeah, but they don't release any information on it. But
It's very smooth.
yeah,
It's very smooth.
well, it's pretty low in alcohol content. I think it's 86 proof. But even then, I mean, it's still very, very smooth.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of those pours that is easy to kind of over consume because it is so smooth. You don't have that burn. Doesn't cause indigestion like some of the higher proofs. You know.
Yeah.
You don't need to take the
What was the proof on it
Pepsid.
again?
86.
86. Yeah, that's pretty.
So,
It's on the lower end for sure.
but yeah.
Still get you messed up.
Oh, it'll get you drunk.
It'll get you drunk.
You might even fight somebody or two. But yeah, kind of like a butterscotch, vanilla, butternuts, right?
The
Butter stuff.
the top is interesting.
Yeah.
The flared out
What you going
tip
for there, Dave?
is a little
the
interesting.
The flared out tip.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's a double flare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a.
Not sure
Never
what
mind.
they were going for
Never mind.
there,
I think
but
it's a
you
dual
know.
purpose.
That's kind of crazy though that they were around. Like you said, 1753.
1793, I think it was.
I thought you said
Or-
seven.
or-
Hey,
hold on.
you didn't say 1793.
Hold on, let me
Go back to your
I'm pretty
notes.
sure it's 53.
1753.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. I don't even remember
To
what.
be open that long and then all of a sudden you file bankruptcy
Yeah.
in the 80s.
I mean,
Maybe it was just a sign of the times. You know, maybe
Well,
the
you know,
80s
there was we're in a bourbon boom now. In the, I want to say late 70s, early 80s, there was a huge bourbon boom. It was contradicting the, I guess, like the disco type crazy cocktails. I mean, I know it sounds weird, but you know, the crazy martinis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People want to go back. It's kind of where we are now.
right. Yeah,
Where
there's
it's
been a
like
big
people want to
resurgence
go back
of
to
whiskeys
just
and-
the basics
Yes.
and American,
yeah.
you know, American pride. And bourbon is, as we've said before, exclusively American product. You know, one of the few things we have in this country. But so I could see that in '89, like nobody was buying bourbon in '89.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
cocaine.
Well, that's a
yeah.
hell of a drug.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a drug.
We just made a cocaine reference on beer.
Well, you know, it
Hey,
happens.
you know,
It was bound to happen.
it was the 80s. 80s were wild.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, when did Castle? Well, I don't remember. It wasn't called Castle and Key.
Oh, it was the Taylor.
It wasn't E.H. Taylor.
No, it was
Taylor Swift.
yes.
Swifty,
Yeah, I
Swifty
thought
bourbon.
that's where you were going with
Oh,
that.
I guarantee she's the next one to, if she hasn't already.
Have her own
Swifty,
liquor.
vodka, Swift. She might have a rosé.
Yeah.
I could see that.
The celebrity endorsed liquors is a little out of control.
It's getting a little much. Yeah. But yeah, this is it's definitely a sweeter whiskey. This is probably the sweetest besides Travelers. I think this is the sweetest whiskey that I can.
It is very sweet.
I can take.
Who's the comedian that talks about food a lot?
Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, he has a bourbon. No. Talks about food a lot.
Gaffigan.
Jim Gaffigan. He has his own bourbon.
I know. I've seen.
Now, apparently, it's very,
Is it
very small
TikTok
batch.
I've
and
seen
it's,
him on?
It's not his company. He just did a barrel pick, basically.
Yes.
And it's Jim Gaffigan's barrel, something like. So it's not like Ryan Reynolds. And,
Is it called Caliente Pocket?
Bourbon pocket.
I'd try it.
Yeah. Hey, I like him.
Yeah.
You know, not that. I mean, I was like giving him money or anything, but
Hey, if somebody was like, "Hey, I got some Jim Gaffigan juice."
Well, I think much like,
nah, if it's called that, never mind.
to be fair, much like, I mean, all these celebrities are just buying into an already established distillery.
Yeah,
That's really all it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's like with Chris Stapleton. I mean, he doesn't even drink anymore, and he's doing a collab with.
Oh, he
Arlen
doesn't
Wheatley.
drink anymore? I didn't know he.
No,
Really?
Yeah.
He's clean.
He had a. Yeah, we take substance abuse very seriously here at this pod.
Well, was
Now
it,
we need
was
to
it,
put up the phone number. For,
yeah. Was it? And I think the timeline was all wacky, and it wasn't really this, but a lot of people at least took it. At some point, Snoop Dogg said he wasn't smoking weed anymore.
Bullshit.
And then he opened a dispensary.
yeah.
But he didn't say it. It was something like he was only going to smoke his weed or something like that. That's what he was saying.
He was like, "I'm not going to smoke any more, but also not any less."
Yeah.
I'm not going to smoke any more than I already do.
Well, cool, man. It's a very good whiskey.
Yeah, it's,
It is good.
Yeah,
I've already
approachable.
finished mine.
Yeah. I like a good sour mash whiskey.
Producer Dave, thoughts?
Yeah, what is your thoughts? I'd like your thoughts on the the sour.
And the raw dog.
I don't really care what you say about the stout because I know you liked it.
Yeah. Oh. There you go.
Appreciate that.
That was a
But
good.
if you don't know, our producer Dave really, beer wise, he mostly drinks dark beers.
He's a dark
Yes.
beer guy.
No.
I am. Yeah. The sour was fine. Like it didn't cause me physical pain. I'll say that. That's my minimum standard. Does this cause
That's
me
your
physical
bar.
pain? Yeah. Like nope. Put it in the pile that doesn't hurt me physically. Yeah. The stout was great. The bourbon. Yes. Sweet. Smooth finish. Very nice. Concur. And unfrosted Pop-tarts are the king of Pop-tarts.
Oh, no, edit that
Turn
out.
his mic off. Turn your mic off.
Edit that
sir.
out.
Yes.
Can somebody post his job?
You're not fired because I don't pay you anything. But turn your damn mic off.
Get
sir.
out. One of those things.
Edit Mark.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Dave.
Well, this was fun. I like the Pop-Tart verticals.
What was your thoughts because I told you the other day we were doing Pop-Tarts. You thought I was joking.
I did think you were joking at first, but there is nothing wrong with that. I think that's an interesting idea. What I would like to try at some point is to do something like that. Maybe not necessarily Pop-Tarts again, but some sort of breakfast item where we compare a known brand to store brands.
Okay.
And say,
Give me an example.
Don't put me on the spot. Well, like Pop-Tarts, right? And I'm not saying we've already done Pop-Tarts, but there's a Target brand.
Oh, okay.
There's a
generic.
Harris Teeter brand. Yeah, exactly. All the generic brands, and
Yeah.
put them up against each other and compare them.
It wouldn't be called a Pop-Tart. It would be called a breakfast strudel.
No, those are different.
The breakfast pastry.
Yeah.
They have the pastry strudel.
Yes.
well,
Toaster strudel.
Toaster strudel. Yeah, those are awesome too.
And I think there are off brands of those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
lot of
you
options out
know, yeah, and it could be a hot breakfast. You know, there are hot sandwiches and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
you know,
Jimmy Dean's hot
Yeah.
microwavable breakfast.
nothing is off limits.
Can we do a Lil Debbie pairing of some sort?
Do people eat Little Debbie snack cakes for breakfast?
I don't
Yeah.
appreciate you calling me
Donuts.
out like that.
Yeah, donut sticks. The cinnamon rolls.
we
The
can
little-
do coffee cakes like at Intamin's.
yeah.
And store brands.
Yeah.
And,
But they in the little dry cinnamon rolls, you know.
Those
Yeah.
donut sticks are microwave for 10 seconds.
nah, if I'm getting a Little Debbie snack, me personally, I'm getting a Star Crunch.
If you eat it in the morning, it's breakfast. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I mean, you know,
I love it, man. Little Debbie I love Little Debbie stuff. When I used to drive, when I was a technician driving around, you know, North Carolina and South Carolina, that was a problem.
you know who doesn't like Lil Debbie's? Communists.
Communist. Seems to be a running theme on this show. Communism.
We're not political at all.
No.
No.
It's not here, we're not.
No.
Yeah, we try to keep that to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, yeah,
All
that
right.
was a good show. Or good tastings. We had a
Yeah.
lot today.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
4 Pop-Tarts and 2 beers.
Yeah.
I'm still sampling.
You dropped the ball on the bourbon, buddy.
What?
You should have brought 4 bourbons.
Yeah.
I was-
we could have been good in the slosh at the end of this.
I mean,
Hey.
there's always 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So maybe we do. This is
Just
a
do
good idea.
Just do bourbons.
Well, you know, you have
We're
like
feeling really good at the end.
You can do a
Thanks for
situation
tuning
where
in.
like a rabbit hole. You know, they have 4 or 5 different things.
Yeah.
Michter's obviously has.
Or like a pork cast and a non.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the-
Yeah.
The Bowman, John Bowman.
Or even if you find a bourbon that you find 2 bourbons that are for 2 different distilleries that have this very similar mash bill profile.
That'd be interesting.
You know, compare, I don't know, trace to who knows, whatever.
Wild
Just
Turkey.
something.
Well, yeah, there you go.
They're somewhat close to each other.
Like I said,
30
hopefully
minutes.
our next recording we can do old fashioned.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Num 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 num.
Trying to think of a good breakfast item to go with that. Cold pizza.
Well, you know, they do make like
Regret.
you can get breakfast pizzas. We could make a breakfast pizza and bring it in.
So the one episode it'll be gone soon. Well, one of the episodes when it was just me and him, we talked about QT and their breakfast pizza.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I
That's
thought about
an
I could drive
option.
out to QT in Gastonia and grab us QT breakfast and
Yeah.
just do the pizza. That way we can do the burritos later.
Can you?
Is it a proper breakfast pizza where they have like biscuit dough and
So as far as I can
gravy
tell, no,
instead of-
it is just their regular dough, pizza dough. But yes, the gravy is the sauce,
Okay.
and with egg and cheese, and I think sausage and bacon. They are very good.
I'll tell you this. I don't know if they still make them, but Red Baron used to make a breakfast pizza with a biscuit dough and a gravy sauce and eggs and sausage, and it was awesome.
Is it called gravy train on
Biscuit wheels?
biscuit wheels?
No, it was not. It was just Red Baron breakfast
All right, well
pizza.
that's an option.
If they still make them, I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't had one
Yeah,
in
it's
a long time.
Do they make a vegan version of that? Because I'm.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
F you. Screw you, buddy. You get out of here with that
I don't
crap.
know if Red Baron has a vegan version of anything.
I don't- yeah, Red Baron's just like, that's not something that our
like
customers.
meat.
yeah.
We like the meats.
All right. Well, are we going to end this? No more Harry Carey.
No.
I can't. Do
Yeah,
it.
I think.
Can't do
It's
it.
run its course.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
Do we want to do anything like that? Like
I think we're good.
I think let's thank the people, and by
Thank the people.
thank
the people?
thank the person for tuning in.
Thanks all 2 fans. Hey, buddy. I posted that one video. Got 3 downloads.
Ooh.
That was me watching
That was-
it 3
okay.
times. But
Just testing things out.
just testing.
All right.
So
They love me. They really love me.
All 3 of you. That's but yeah, good.
oh, cool. Yeah. I think
right.
we're going to
Well,
end
let's-
it on
let's,
that note.
That's all we got.
This has been Dewayne.
I'm Andrew.
And Dave.
This has been the Beer Bourbon Breakfast Podcast. We out.